And that's the way the pregame will finish here from Carminati Field in Dudley. Coin toss brought to you by Woodcombe Insurance. You can call them at 978-840-8700 or find Woodcombe Insurance on the web at woodcombe.com. Bill Thomas, welcome to the broadcast. Woodcombe Insurance coin toss. What do you got?
Wow, glad to be here. Kind of a blustery day, but we got Shepard Hill winning the coin toss, deferring as we see most coin toss winners doing. Leominster is going to be receiving the opening kickoff. They're going to be defending the end zone to our left, and we're about ready to get this game underway.
And Bill Thomas, we're ready for kickoff.
And a proud supporter of Leominster High School football with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 25 years of experience. Make Troy Hebert your first choice for your home construction, remodeling, and damage repair needs. Find Troy Hebert online at troyhebertconstruction.com and line up your free estimate. Now, with the call of the game, the voice of the Blue Devils, Todd Robbins.
All right, Bill Thomas, thank you so much. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line at our right for the Rams. And we are set for action. On the approach, it's Brock Doobie. Doobie swings the right leg, end over end, a boomer downfield, sends J.V. Rodriguez retreating back into his own end zone, bobbling the ball still at the back line of the end zone. He's going to try to run the ball out. He runs it out to the 5-yard line. I thought under Federation rules, Bill Thomas, the ball is dead once it crosses the goal line for a touchback in all punt and free kick situations.
Maybe because he touched it prior to it crossing the goal line, created a live ball situation, but momentum carried him in the end zone. I think at the very least he could have downed it in the end zone, but something we'll have to clarify. Unfortunately, it leads to the Blue Devils starting off on their own 5-yard line on this opening drive.
And another new rule and another tough situation for the Blue Devils. Good news, J.C. Core, starting quarterback, has returned from injury. He finds himself in a pistol formation with Voshawn Dixon behind him. And on first down from their own 5-yard line, the handoff is for Dixon. He marches his way forward across the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Looks like a gain of 9 on first down. It is. It'll be second down and a yard to go. And here comes Core again. Pistol formation on second and a yard from the Blue Devil 14-yard line. Out of that pistol, the snap. Voshawn Dixon again finds some room, slicing across the right side of the formation. He's got 20, 25, and dragged down just shy of the 30 at the Blue Devil 29-yard line. A nice second down run, Bill Thomas, results in a first down for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, nice pickup there. Going to give him about 14 on that. It was 2nd and 1, moving the chains there. Nice 2 opening series runs by Dixon.
And here comes Core back out again. First down and 10 for Leominster. Their own 29 going left to right. Pistol snap again. Give it for Dixon. Same play this time off the left of the formation. Got a little bump with a little help from Arlie Gillott. He finds some open room. Cross the 40, 45 midfield. And taken down shy of the Ram 45. They'll give him the Ram 45. And it is a gain of 25 for a Blue Devil first down. And Voshawn Dixon opens up, slicing the Ram defense.
Finding some holes right there in this opening drive. And definitely got the Rams on their heels here in their first 3 plays. Using his speed, Dixon's been injured, but seems like he's running a full 100% today.
Just about 90 seconds into this one, and Leominster's got 2 first downs, and they're marching their way down the field. First down and 10 from the Ram 45. Play fake by Corey. He'll keep it himself, bounce it out to the right edge, turn right edge of the formation. He's got right sideline, crossing the 35 and out of bounds right around the Ram 30. Whistles kill the play, and it looks like Coach Ryan Dugan is going to take his first charged timeout of the first half to try to stem the tide. Not the start the Rams were hoping for Leominster, exactly the start that they were hoping for. 10-18 to play in the first quarter and a timeout on the field taken by Shepard Hill. No score. Leominster and Shepard Hill here from Carminati Field. Leominster with the first touch of the football had a real difficult time handling the kickoff, but since then, with a combination of Voshawn Dixon runs and add a J.C. Cora scamper as well, Leominster's marching themselves down the field. They've got first and 10 at the Ram 30-yard line.
Sure, I'm making it look easy here in this opening drive. And, we questioned if that field position was going to lead to just a difficult first quarter here. At least I did in my own mind, and right away marching down the field. But I think the two key things we've seen, the two injured players that have hampered the offense the last 2 weeks, both appear to be 100%. So we'll see how this early going can continue.
We welcome those of you joining us on WPKZ, the K-Zone, AM 1280, 105.3 FM, streaming live at WPKZstream.com. We also welcome our partners at Leominster TV, live as well on Comcast, Verizon, and Facebook Live as well. Happy to have you joining us. Out of the Ram timeout on 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from the Ram 30-yard line. The snap, give it to Dixon, takes it off the left of the formation, cross the 25, down at the 24-yard line. Goes for a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 to go.
Once again, offensive line, let's give them some credit. I know Kate and I always like to focus on the people doing the dirty work, but definitely showing up here early in the game.
On a 2nd down and 4, Leominster's drive continues. Out of a gun this time. The snap. Dixon gets bumped into it. The handoff. He's separated from the football. He'll scramble back to the 30-yard line and get on top of it, and then got rolled over on there inside. Looked like Joe Conlon may have rolled over on top of him. Bill Thomas, not the type of play you were looking for. That one will lose 7, and it'll be a 3rd and 11 for Leominster.
And Dixon, lucky he was able to crawl his way to that ball, another foot away, and that was going to continue rolling. Plenty of Shepard Hill players around him too, but fortunate to get the ball back with just a loss of yardage.
3rd and 11 for the Blue Devils from the Ram 31, going left to right. Pistol set, Dixon behind, the snap to Cora. Give it to Dixon. He bounces it to the outside, tripped up right about the 30-yard line. And they will gain back about 2, maybe 1, where they're setting it up now. So it'll be 4th down and 10 to go. So a Leominster drive that matriculated its way from its own 5-yard line left to right, stalls, and now they face a decision. And Coach Devin Gates has made his decision. They will go for it on 4th down and 10 from the Ram 30-yard line. They need to move the ball to the Ram 20. Pistol set here, 2 receivers open side left, Cora directing traffic. The clap, low snap, he's bobbling it. He picks it up, he's improvising, snaps it over the middle. Liam Curtin was the intended receiver. He gets bumped and taken down on the play. George Karamanakis on the coverage for the Rams will separate him from the football. Pass incomplete, turnover on downs, and the ball back to Shepard Hill.
Yeah, tough turnover right there, but started off with a bad snap, and nothing went right on that play. Threw the timing off. We'll have to see if the field position favorable right now to Shepard Hill. Could have been pinned back with a punt, but the wind's playing tricks today up here on the hill, and kind of can't blame the coach. I think we're going to see a lot. We're not going to see much out of the kicking game, I don't think, today, Todd.
And here come the Shepard Hill Rams behind quarterback Ethan Quinn. A 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line, and the handoff went straight up the middle. Looked like Nate Cooper, the left halfback, with the carry up the middle. He'll cross the 35-yard line, be taken down around the Ram 36. No, they mark him at the 34. And here it is, that 3-back double wing set. This time flip it to the right back. There is a yellow flag out on the play as well. Now a second, as that one gets buried in the middle of the play. Gabe Dos Santos, the right halfback, looked like he had the carry on that one. Helmet comes off at the end of the play, so a player for the Rams will head to the sideline. Short gain, and we await the result of the flag. Preliminary signal is a hold against Shepard Hill. And so it will be a 10-yard penalty. Go ahead, Bill Thomas, from the 35-yard line. They'll mark it back.
I was going to comment. We haven't seen this kind of offense in a while. As a matter of fact, it's reminiscent of what we saw the Rocket, from Leominster 4 or 5 years ago. But this is tough. This is that, what is Coach Palazzi like to say, mismatch, squish,
he called it the crisscross applesauce. Coach Gates and I have called it hide and seek, and that's pretty much what it's going to be. Ethan Quinn will snap. It stays very bunched in tight.
It's the bunch.
And the question is, where does the ball go? Here's a snap. The pitch went to the halfback, straight back in the formation, and it is Cooper. Cooper bounces through the A-gap, now to the left sideline. He's on the run. He's got midfield. Go 25-20. He runs away from the defense and into the end zone for a Shepard Hill touchdown. 3 plays, a penalty backed him up 10 yards, and Shepard Hill scampered off the play dirt. A 75-yard run for Nate Cooper. Put Shepard Hill on the board, 6-0. 7.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Well, that's what you call striking like lightning right there. And I tell you, showing some speed around the left side and just turning on the burners. Right down the sideline. Thought maybe the free safety was going to have a chance back there, but just outgunned him right into the end zone.
Brock Doobie does the place kicking. Ethan Quinn will hold. Kicking right to left here. Snap, ball down, driven up, And into the net. Team's coming back up the field. 7:32 to play here in quarter one. And it's Shepard Hill 7 and Leominster nothing. Happy to have you along with us here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. We're going to keep it right here. Give everybody a chance to get settled down in what has been quick action since we came live here to Carmignati Field. It's an opportunity for us to check the time and temperature. It's brought to you by Acme Carpet One in Lunenburg, a local family-owned floor covering store doing business in the same location for over 50 years. 4 generations of quality work because they are your neighbors. There's lots of pros and cons in the flooring business, and these are the pros. Online at acmecarpet1.com. 53 degrees under cloudy skies. That hard wind coming from behind our location or the near sideline, going straight across the field. Hard left to right wind right now. Looks like it is about 15 miles an hour. They say take 2 degrees off the temperature. 48 degrees, the field's like temperature right now here from Carmignati Field. That's your game time forecast here in the first half. Brought to you by Acme Carpet One. Ball back on the tee, 40-yard line at our right. Doobie will drive it with the right leg and all the way down to the goal line, and that's where J.V. Rodriguez will begin his return with some room and a head of steam. Cross at the 20-yard line, go 20, spins across the 30 and taken down at the 34-yard line. And Leominster will have the ball first down and 10, their own 34.
Which offensive drive is this?
This would be drive number 2. We welcome in the third member of our broadcast team, Kate
Robbins. I got stats for you, by the way, when you're ready.
Flag out on that kickoff return signaled the hold against Leominster, and the hold came around the 26-yard line. They'll penalize 10 yards from there, which means Leominster's drive will start at their own 16-yard line.
Good return, wiped out there. I got to give JV some credit. He's fearless, not afraid to catch him at his own goal line and bring it out. Chances are we're going to get to see him break one. He's got that kind of speed, and I know that's what's on his mind.
Controlled chaos. First and 10 for Leominster. Pistol set here, core of the snap. The give to Justice Reynolds. Reynolds sticks a foot in the ground, coming around right corner across the 15-yard line and pulled down around the 21. Solid gain of 6 on first down. Make it second down and 4 to go.
Leominster's offense finding themselves with a long field in front of them.
Indeed they are. And the snap, and this time on second down and 4. Give it to Justice Reynolds. He takes it left off the formation this time with some room. Cut down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Gains 2 on the play. Looked like he had a little more room and then didn't quite have the explosiveness to reach that gap. And so it'll bring up a third down and a yard for Leominster. They need to move the ball to their own 26 for the first down.
We haven't seen Justice getting much playing time at tailback the last couple of weeks. Have to see if he can bring some fresh legs into the game.
Third down and a yard to go. Pistol set again. 2 receivers short to the left of the formation. Here's the snap. Give it to Reynolds. Reynolds cuts back in off of the right side of the formation. Across the 25 to the Leominster 28-yard line he falls, and it's enough for a Leominster first down.
I have to tell you, Todd, when I'm seeing Justice, even some early carries here in the game, he's attacking the line of scrimmage. We've seen him doing a lot of side-to-side running and, getting caught at that line of scrimmage, giving the defense time to catch up to him. I think he's got that kind of speed, elusiveness. He got to attack that line of scrimmage and then make the defense miss, not have him chase him down.
And so Reynolds out, Dixon dots out of this pistol formation. Snap and the give this time. Flag flies in from the sideline as Dixon finds some room to the left sideline for a gain of 8 and finds himself out of bounds there, but there was a flag down on the play.
In addition to that, Micah Stinson loses his helmet on that play, so he should be coming out.
Yeah, right guard Micah Stinson will head to the sideline to lose a play if somebody took note of that helmet coming off.
They're talking to him.
Yep,
and there he goes to the sideline. So the signal is a hold. The mark was the 30-yard line. They'll mark it back 10 yards from there, and Leominster will march back to their own 20 for this. So it'll be a replay of the down, first down, and much longer.
Have there been any other penalties in the game thus far?
There's been a handful.
Oh, phenomenal.
There's been a handful.
This is an exciting time. Let's start the game early, shall we?
If the 3:30 posted start time wasn't early enough, actual kickoff came at 3:24. So there's the give on first down and 20.
I love my
and
life.
With some room into the gap came
Dixon.
Boshan Dixon. He crossed the 20 to the 23, gains 3. Second down and 13 to go. Leominster needs to move the ball to their own 38-yard line for the first down. Leominster going to stay, in that pistol formation, but now the pair of receivers comes to the open side right of the formation. There's the snap for Cora. Give it to Dixon. Got a little help on a block, and forward he goes. Got tripped up just as he was crossing the line of scrimmage. Makes it to the 25 and no more. It'll make it a third down and about 12 to go.
Senior lineman Matt Clark right there. Nice one-on-one tackle. Wrapped him up. And, if you got to talk about form tackle, that's the way you take down a player. Wrap him up and ride him right to the ground.
Twin receivers go out to the left of the formation this time. Arlie Galat is all the way wide. Looks like Liam Curtin. Make it J.V. Silva slot left. Shotgun set this time for Cora with Dixon. The snap, he rolls out, throws a little dart to Darian O'Brien. O'Brien gets left corner, but there's a flag out from the back judge downfield.
That's got holding written all over it somewhere. Is he watching the end? Let's see what we got.
It's going to negate a 5-yard play if it's against the Blue Devils.
And now they're going to bring in the wing official from the Leominster sideline, so there's conversations ensuing on all sides of the field. The spot right now as it stands is the Leominster 29-yard line as they continue from left to right, and now they wave it off.
Right.
There is no flag on the play, so the 5-yard gain stands. It brings up a fourth down. Yes, should be a Leominster fourth down.
It's going to be fourth and long here, so.
Fourth down and about 8 to go, it looks like. And coming onto the field, it is Santi Rodriguez. Did see Liam Giannakis taking some punts and warm-ups. Thought perhaps we might see him take the punting duties. Santi Rodriguez now of the pink gloves for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Gets the snap at his own 16, gets the punt away. It hops right at midfield and begins the rollout across the Ram 40. Touchdown there by Leominster at the Ram 39-yard line. And that's where Shepard Hill will set up their second drive. First down and 10, their own 39, coming right to left.
You read my mind.
Nice little change of possession there, and we'll have to see if the Blue Devils can protect those corners. You got to watch out for that speed. Now, Shepard Hill, high-scoring team, one of the highest-scoring teams here in Central Mass, and somehow they found a way to put up over 50 points in a losing effort last week. So I'm sure that left a bad taste in their mouth. We'll have to see what they do this week.
Scored 52, allowed 63. Take that for what you will. Double wings set this time. Straight back is Cooper. Snap and the pitch on the turnaround from the quarterback Quinn goes straight up the A-gap with Cooper this time. Looked a lot like that play. He broke out to the sideline for the 75-yard touchdown. Crossed the 40 and down around the 42-yard line of Shepard Hill. Coming right to left. Right back to the line. Here come the Rams again. Under center Quinn now steps back out, calls signals. Back under center again on second down and 7. The snap and the give again. The pile falls forward, but breaking away from the pile is Gabe Dos Santos. Dos Santos has got the left sideline across the end zone and in for a Shepard Hill touchdown. Justice Reynolds could not run him down. Dos Santos is in. It's 13-0 Shepard Hill.
I have to tell you, I lost the ball there. I was watching the pile fall, and all of a sudden here comes the ball carrier out the back of the pile.
How about that?
Talk about the applesauce mismatch for sure.
Brock Doobie on to attempt the point after.
61 yards.
Kate says 61 yards, so they've had touchdown runs. They've run all of, by my calculations, 6 to 7 offensive plays. 2 big runs, 75 and 61 for touchdowns. The snap, Quinn gets the ball down, Doobie drives it through, and the teams are coming back up the field. 3:13 to play in the first quarter. The score, Shepard Hill 14 and Leominster nothing. A break and we're back with more. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy to have you along with us. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins. We've got Keith DePerry and Bradley Bedard with us, bringing you the pictures, the graphics, and everything else from here at Carmignati Field. Comcast, Verizon, and of course streaming on Facebook Live as well as at Leominster.tv. Lots of ways to participate on the TV side. If you're going to get in the car, you can join us up on radio. But remember, when radio steps away, we've got your bonus coverage for you here on Leominster TV. Back out to Carmignati Field in Dudley. 14-0. Shepard Hill leads over Leominster. 3:13 to play in the first quarter. Ball back on the tee, 40-yard line at our right. Brock Doobie on the approach, drives J.V. Rodriguez back into his own end zone for the return again. Here he comes full head of steam. Cross the 15, go 20. Slammed on the brakes, but found a little bit of room to the right side. He'll fall forward toward the 25, and that's where Leominster will get the football. First down and 10. Their own 25-yard line.
Tell you, great leg there by is that Ben Thomas doing the kicking duties for
Brock Doobie.
Brock Doobie for Shepard Hill. 3 kickoffs, all of them, right down to the goal line. Wind or not, still a great job there on the kickoffs.
And you would think Bill Thomas, perhaps the return man, would set up in the end zone at this point. They've realized he can reach it, and he's getting a little bit of help from a wind that is running strong across the field. So Leominster has feeling from their left, crossing the field to the right sideline, as they hand the ball off on 1st down and 10. Voshan Dixon has the carry. They believe Leominster may have fumbled the ball to the bottom of the pile, and the signal is Ram football. And Voshan Dixon is slow to get up at the Leominster 32-yard line. Somehow Dixon got separated from the ball, and right now he is laying in an uncomfortable pile right about the 32-yard line. And sad to report, Dixon hasn't moved. He has now just writhed a little bit, so at least some early movement we're seeing now. As the trainer arrives, as does Coach Devin Gates as well. 2:53 to play in the first quarter. Shepard Hill 14 and Leominster nothing. Here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV, Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, happy to have you along with us. Derek Drown and Tim Foley back at Master Control pushing the buttons for us today here on the K-Zone. Dixon has rolled over. They appear to be looking at the right leg. No, make it the left leg.
Lower.
Yeah. Lower extremity injury. And there's a whole huddle of people that are around him right now. Meanwhile, Leominster has lost the football, and Shepard Hill will be taking over at the Leominster 30-yard line at right hash, already up 14-0. And Bill Thomas, we said to Coach Gates this week, you heard it in our pregame coverage, you heard it earlier this week as well, asked him what interested him more, the fact that Shepard Hill allowed 63 points to St. John's on defense, or that they allowed or scored 52 points themselves on the offensive side of the football. And you know what? He really didn't know which one, caught him as more interesting.
Well, you got to consider the opponent, St. John's, no slouch. Can score pretty much from anywhere at any time. But the fact that Shepard Hill kept answering, I tell you, it's a tough break here for Vashon. We've seen him battle injuries all season now, and once again, going out in the first quarter.
He had to be carried off the field by a member of the staff.
Cradle style.
And he's still being carried over to the bench, and it doesn't look good.
And meanwhile, the Rams are back on the attack. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at the Leominster 30, going right to left. They hand it off for Cooper. Cooper bounces it to the outside, cross the 30-yard line. Somebody grabs him in the grasp, is literally trying to pull the shirt off his back as he goes out of bounds, crossing the 25 and around the 20-yard line. Make it the Leominster 19.
Picks up 12.
And it is enough for a first down.
I think those last 5 years, dragging a Blue Devil there, like you mentioned, Todd, somebody had a handful of shirt.
Yeah, surprised that his shirt didn't rip, but we do have a timeout, I believe, Leominster on this one.
Yeah, Leominster takes their first timeout, and there's defensive coordinator Kevin Murphy spikes his headset and gets up to his defense as he's going to challenge them. They've got to make a stop. They have not stopped them all day long thus far.
Yeah, and you can't go down 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, especially on the road like this. And Shepard Hill's not going to let up. I think they're trying to make a statement after what happened last week. They went in undefeated. St. John's, every time Shepard Hill scored, St. John's answered. But, they came out on the short end. You'd think scoring 52, you'd walk away with a win. And we'll have to see how this one plays out today. But as the game progresses, it's not going to get any easier for the Blue Devils.
Some additional frustration coming from the Leominster bench. Voshan Dixon just took his helmet off and kind of tossed it down in disgust. He's clearly incredibly frustrated. The injuries just won't stop.
Kate, that looks like an air cast and immobilizer that they are putting around his leg.
His left leg.
And you can see his hands
He's
covering his face.
Absolutely beside himself.
Absolutely. And it appears, at least for the moment, Voshan Dixon's day is over. So Leominster will have to try to fill the gap with Justice Reynolds and perhaps go to Mackay Newton as well. He is active for today's game, the freshman. Here's the snap on 1st down and 10 for the Rams as they continue their right-to-left first quarter march. The pitch was back for Cooper again, and Cooper goes straight up the middle of the defense. Check it. Make it Dos Santos on the carry. He takes it across the 15 of the Leominster 14 on a gain of 5, and there goes Kyle Philbin hopping on one leg to the sideline. My God. Meanwhile, the handoff to Cooper. Cooper to the right sideline. Slashes the defense across the 10 and out of bounds around the Leominster 5. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rams as Leominster literally is down to 3rd and 4th and 5th option players who would likely have spent the year developing on the freshman and JV squads are going to be pressed into varsity service. Here's the snap on 1st and goal to Dos Santos to the goal line and in for the Shepard Hill touchdown.
Right up the middle, Shepard Hill offensive line doing its job here in the first quarter, and especially with Kyle Philbin, the number one hole filler on defense over on the sideline, nursing an injured, looks like an injured ankle. He's walking, but he's definitely in pain. Shepard Hill rolls into the end zone.
1:51 to play in the first quarter. It's 20-0 Shepard Hill. Doobie on to attempt the extra point. Quinn asks for the ball. Ball down. Doobie drives it through. Team's coming back up the field. 1:51 to play in the first quarter. Score: Shepard Hill 21, Leominster nothing. A break and we're back with more. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV. You're seeing the pictures to go with the play-by-play, and it is just distressing at this point.
It is if you're a Blue Devil fan, but you give up 3. They always like to say come back and score 3. You hate to see these injuries mounting up though on the Blue Devil side.
That's the distressing part.
Kids trying to come back from prior injuries, and 2 key players right there that have both been battling injuries really since game 1 of the season, and unfortunately it looks like they're injured again today.
Back to Carmignati Field on your drive home. It's football on your drive home. If you're looking for the Howie Carr Show, he'll be back on Monday here on the K-Zone. We got high school football for you on your ride home here on that's true too, on AM 1280, 105.3 FM, streaming at WPKZstream.com. You're right, Kate. Columbus Day Monday. Doobie drives the ball hard, low down the left numbers, and through the back of the end zone for a touchback. It will be Leominster football, 1st and 10, their own 20-yard line, coming left to right.
Have to see what the offense for the Blue Devils can do here. We saw Vashon Dixon leading a nice opening game drive there, but a turnover and now a turnover on a fumble. We'll have to see if Blue Devils can get something going here.
Nice arm, by the way, on the line judge, working on the near sideline. Threw about a 25-yard fade, recovering that football over to the Rams sideline.
So he's got that going for him.
Leominster with personnel problems, and they're forced to spend a timeout.
That's their
as
second.
There were, receiver issues. Galat was there, and then there wasn't the right number of receivers. And, of course, this is going to happen, too, when you don't know which package is supposed to be out on the field. Nathan Taylor, 88, the junior, looked like the late arriver to the conversation. And Coach Devin Gates has to spend his second timeout of the first quarter. 2 out of the 3 he has for the first half of action.
And that's what happens, Todd, when you have a starter out, you're trying to backfill behind them, and then you talk about different packages and different personnel, and, you practice with one group, and all of a sudden you're being called to be part of another group, and you're caught on the sideline.
And you just never know. You just never know.
Hey, Billy. I got electrified gloves.
I heard. I see you're wired in.
Kate is now got,
That's your gloves that are plugged into the computer.
Wired gloves that are hooked up to the computer as well.
I love it.
You do whatever it takes to stay warm in our makeshift press box location. Bill Thomas doing yeoman's work to build this press facility.
I brought you pillows. At least
I was going to say.
I'm so happy. I have no complaints.
1st and 10 from their own 20 out of the timeout. Leominster with the snap. Cora got the ball, keeps it himself, running laterally across the 22-yard line and out of bounds. There's a flag down behind the play, and Leominster is getting it from all directions. The initial signal is blocking the back against Leominster. That'll be 10 yards from the 20. It'll be 1st and 20 from back at their 10. If it's not the injuries, it's the flags. Leominster right now, unfortunately, just getting the wrong end from the football gods at this moment.
Yeah, just everything's going in the wrong direction. Whether it's a bad snap, losing yards, or a penalty off a good play. And something's got to go right here for the Blue Devils. Before halftime here, got to find a way to score some points.
Indeed they do. So Cora directing traffic out of the pistol again. Justice Reynolds dots. 3 receivers in the formation, 2 open to the right. Here's the snap on 1st and 20. Give it to Reynolds. Reynolds finds some room off the left side of the formation. Cross the 10 and down at the 5. Make it the 15. Make it the 16-yard line. And so nice gain of 6 on that one. Makes it second down. Second down and 14 to go as we wind down in the final minute and 10 seconds of the first quarter. Leominster chasing 21. Trips go out to the right side of the formation wide. And here's a pistol set. And now a flag down on the play. And the signal is offsides against Shepard Hill. They were lined up offsides on that play. And remember, no free plays in high school football under Federation rules. And so therefore, with them lined up offsides, the flag comes out. They get back 5 yards. And so Leominster is gained with the penalty a positive 1 yard on the drive.
Okay.
The line judge signaling
It's
where
positive.
the line is. Yeah, they weren't even in the right spot.
I know,
the ball was
huh?
set at the 19. They brought it up to the 21. Now it's in the right spot on the field at left hash. As Leominster continues left to right, the wind now blowing directly in their face as the wind and somewhat mist coming down is now blowing right at them as Leominster goes left to right. The handoff for Reynolds on 2nd down and 9. Bounces it to the outside across the 20, cut down after a gain of 4 at around the 25-yard line. And Shepard Hill takes a timeout with 26 seconds to play in the first quarter, up 21-0. Coach Ryan Dugan wants to get something straightened out, and he didn't feel like he could wait to the quarter break.
And I'll tell you, maybe what he's trying to get straightened out, I don't know if they have another timeout. They might force the Blue Devils to punt into this wind. It's just picked up, and I don't know if this is a strategy play here as the quarter's winding down to continue to use the wind, but we'll have to see how this plays out.
For the first time since kickoff, rain has continued to fall now consistently. It is a steady drizzle mist. It's coming down harder than it has most of the afternoon since maybe about an hour before kickoff when we had a passing shower here at Carmignati Field. But otherwise, the rain now continues to fall and is picking up pace to go along with the wind and the temperature, which they say feels like about 48. I'm thinking more like 40, but that's all right. They're saying 48.
The real field temperature is 40.
Cora directing traffic, trips bunched tight, short to the left. JV Rodriguez, the motion man, gets the handoff after the snap with some room. Goes straight up the middle of the field, 30-35. Cut down around the Leominster 41-yard line. And it's a first down for Leominster on a gain of 17 on a little counter motion man move on the end-around handoff to JV Rodriguez.
Nice job. Whatever gets the offense going, you got to try something, get some different kids involved on the offensive side. And, like you said, who knows who we're going to see, who might be that spark plug today, but.
And the first quarter of play comes to a close. Shepard Hill 21 and Leominster nothing. The team's change ends in the pouring rain, and the second quarter begins when we come back. You're listening to Leominster Football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. Thank you so much for joining us today. We want to thank our great underwriters, Medical Arts Hearing Instruments, the Il Camino Restaurant, and MP Crowley Company Incorporated. Thank you also very much for making this great sports programming possible here on Leominster TV. Il Camino Restaurant. Chicken piccata sounds pretty good right now with this weather.
How soon do you think we're going to become popular with our little tent location?
I'm noticing more and more.
The crowd is starting to move.
The crowd is starting to move closer and closer.
We doubted what kind of crowd was going to show up 3:30 in the afternoon. The stands are full. I give the Shepard Hill fans parents,
a lot of credit. Leominster
family and friends,
very, very
and
well.
Leominster side also. They're filled up.
The long weekend helped, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, well,
people,
people have filled the stands that come out on this rare Friday afternoon game here as we begin the second quarter.
And here we go. Radio will be back with us in a moment. But as the team's change ends and we begin the second quarter of action, it looked like Rodriguez on the carry. And with some room, he finds his way out to the right numbers and 2 flags down on this play. Late hit out of bounds is going to be one of them as we welcome you back on the K-Zone as well. They started that quarter a little bit early, kind of the growing theme here of high school football. Everybody in a hurry to go nowhere fast.
Well, you got to find a way to squeeze those extra 4 minutes in. So, we got to speed up the action.
Indeed we do. Flags down on the play, at least 2 of them. Rodriguez has moved the ball to midfield pending the penalty. The signal is blocking the back against Leominster. And then a dead ball, personal foul, late hit out of bounds against Shepard Hill. So they marked off the penalty back to the 30-yard line, and now they'll march it off 15 forward.
And where it ends up is whether it's going to be a first down or
where the
not.
ball is, and we'll see what happens. So they march it back across the 45 to the Leominster 46.
A replay first down.
Was it a 5-yard or a 10-yard, the initial penalty?
The initial penalty would be 10 for the block in the back. Then add 15 coming back the other way.
Got it.
And it's a Leominster first down, and we'll call it 6 to go.
That's confusing.
What a mess.
I love these new rules. They keep us guessing.
Unbelievable. All right, here we go. First down First down and a handful here. First down and about 6, maybe 7 for Leominster. Ball at their own 46 at right hash as they come right to left here in quarter number 2. Cora, the shotgun snap low, fielded it, kept it himself, faking the handoff. Now running laterally across the 40. That's the wrong way downfield. He may have been separated from the football, going to the ground, and the line judge comes out and says, no, he was down with possession, but he lost 4 yards on the play as he was running laterally, Bill Thomas, and not looking to turn that upfield. He's a great athlete. He's been nursing injuries. He's returning, and right now he doesn't have that breakaway speed, but running laterally he's going to get himself hurt again.
Yeah, and I tell you, the maroon and gold out there was nowhere for him to go, and that play just was so slow to develop. You can't expect your offensive lineman to hold the blocks out long, and once the Shepard Hill defense fought off the blocks, there was basically a wall out there for him. He just went down. Luckily, he didn't get separated from the ball.
Coach Devin Gates sending in the signals from the far right sideline for Leominster in this wind-driven rain that continues to pick up here at Carmignani Field. Shotgun set, trips out to the right. Cora back to pass on 3 steps, flips a pass out to the right. It did not get to its intended target, but it did get to J.V. Rodriguez, crossing midfield to the 45, flags out on the play. Cora got buried, and it's a personal foul. Roughing the quarterback penalty signaled against the Rams. It'll be 15 more yards at the end of the play.
And I got caught watching the ball, so I didn't see what happened back there. But obviously one of the Rams came in a little hot at the end of that play. Cora got up limping. You hate to see that. He's been nursing an ankle, and he comes up limping a little bit. Have to see how he is.
So initially it was a 16-yard pitch and catch from Cora to O'Brien.
JV Rodriguez, who was not, as I said, the intended receiver.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. I wonder if Silva got in the way, but you never know.
And then the ball went over him and found its way to Rodriguez, who was open kind of at a second level of the play.
And then a personal foul.
Whatever
for
works.
15.
A lot of traffic out there, including Shepard Hill players.
So a gain of 31 on the play for Leominster, including the penalty, makes it 1st and 10 from the Ram 29, going right to left. Cora back to pass, hesitating, throws and picked off, going back the other way. An ill-advised pass, but it is in the hands of the Rams, and on the return is Cooper. Cooper finds his way across the numbers, across the 30, and angled out of bounds at the Ram 35. And there is a flag down at the end of the play.
Going to guess maybe post-possession here on the run back.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a block on the run back that they're going to flag. Personal foul against Shepard Hill comes at the end of the play. So the Rams will back up 15 yards for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But here's the one thing I can say. Has there been a play thus far that has come without a flag? Has there been a clean play yet?
It seems like there's been a lot of flags.
A lot more than we've seen the last few weeks here in Central Massachusetts.
A couple of big Shepard Hill plays were unflagged, big runs.
I would say this kind of harkens back more to the first week against Westfield.
Almost every play, we couldn't figure out what was going on there.
And here it comes again. Strange. Seemed like, the officials were using a very good judgment the last few weeks. This crew's been very particular. On 1st and 10, snapping from their own 12-yard line. Here's the give with some room. New number, looked like 36, Bill Thomas. Tyler Broussard on the carry. The senior moves the ball out to about the 20-yard line of Shepard Hill.
It's going to be a gain of 7.
Yeah, make it 2nd down, 3 to go.
So I'm looking at Shepard Hill's roster. I'm going to make an interesting comment after this play. You talked about a new number at running back.
Double wing set this time, in tight with the 3 backs. The pitch, this one's Gabe Dos Santos, the right halfback. He found his way into the second and third level.
Everywhere. Wow.
That might be 5 for 5.
That's a record.
There are 5 flags out on this play, crossing the 30-yard line. It's personal foul, major face mask against Leominster, and add 15 more yards onto the end of the
Every official had that one. You can't argue that one.
Nope. So initially it's going to be a gain of 11 for the first down. And then you can add the penalty on top of that.
It'll be a total gain of 26, including the penalty for Shepard Hill. I wish I had a flag because I saw that one too. we could have had 6
That's when the official,
the
fans should be issued flags for those. But I'm looking down. You talked about a new number. I quickly did some math here. We have the plays listed by offensive position sometimes. They have 20 players listed as running backs. Pretty much virtually half of the offense. You're either offensive lineman or you're a running back.
1st and 10 for the Rams from midfield.
Whoa.
Give this time a little hurdle action there from James Labarge, the senior who has got the ball. And yes, flags out on the play into the backfield once again. They're going to stop the clock with
gonna be a
8:34 to
hold.
play. Personal foul. That's a chop block called against the Rams, block below the waist. So that will mark back 15 yards, and they'll replay the first down.
I mean, you hate to see some of these penalties, but, you hate to see some of these violations, these fouls. I mean, chop block, and the officials are doing their job. And you like to say the officials could probably throw a flag on every play.
They have been.
And literally it seems like they have. We
Certainly.
wish it would be more figuratively, but there's certain things mandate throwing the flag. You can't ignore it as an official in plays like that.
Among all of the things we've learned about Federation rules, blocks below the waist are a point of emphasis this year in Federation rules. Quinn under center, the snap and the give to the first man through into the teeth of the defense. Taken down across the 35 and around the 37-yard line. It looked like George Karamanakis on the carry.
A new number listed as an RB on our roster.
He made a defensive play
running
earlier,
back.
but now on the scorecard on the offensive side. Here's Dos Santos with the carry. Takes it out to the left of the formation, turning left corner across the 40 and pulled down around the 43-yard line of the Rams on a gain of 6.
Once again, Rams continue to chew up yardage on the ground. And Coach Gates said that was the key to the game. They got to find a way to slow down the Shepard Hill rushing attack, and Blue Devils have not been able to do that up to this point in the game.
Rams wearing the home maroon tops, gold bottoms, classic matte gold helmets with the maroon face masks, gold numerals, varsity numbers front and back, Shepard Hill across the chest as well. Leominster wearing the road white tops, royal blue bottoms, royal blue numerals front and back with the royal blue trim, and the classic Leominster white helmets with the single royal blue stripe up the center. Team number 125 indicated on the nose guards. Flags out. It's an offside against Leominster as they jumped offsides, trying to predict the snap count. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Penalties continue to mount here for both sides.
And so with the penalty, now a 3rd down and 10 to go. The ball around the Ram 48-yard line at left hash as they go left to right. Double wing set. Deep back is Cooper. Under center the snap. It's a sweep going out to the right in the hands of Cooper. Leominster trying to set the edge. Cooper turns left edge, and Arlie Galat will make the tackle and pull him to the ground, and a flag is out as he was clearly on the sideline. Leominster is clapping there, but I think that's a late hit out of bounds against Leominster.
I think you're probably right.
Personal foul.
Yeah, it's personal
Another
foul.
one.
And then Galat mouths off. 2 more flags come out, and quite frankly, I'd be okay if they threw Galat out of the game. That's ridiculous. That was right in the face of the official, completely disrespectful. Leominster stands for more than that. That's wrong.
Well, and kudos to the coaching
Yeah, and there's the
staff,
coaching staff. I see Kevin Murphy pulled Galat out of the
Kudos
game.
to them.
Absolutely a kudos for managing the sportsmanship on your side. You may be frustrated down 21-0, but there's no room for that, and that is not a player's job to make those conversations with officials.
No,
that's what he's going to learn over on the sideline.
And then trying to have the conversation with the coach. When he's trying to pull him out, he's pleading with his case. No, not having any of that.
Getting worse.
Yeah, it just continues to grow and spiral out of control. It's not getting much better over on the sideline as well. And that's the frustration setting in. 21-0, 6:50 to play here in the second quarter.
As we said, and we want to reiterate, kudos to multiple people on the Leominster coaching staff. There were at least 3 adults that went over and proactively dealt with that situation immediately.
And that's what coaching is. Coaching is teaching. And that's teaching right there. A long enforcement of 30 yards at the end of that play off of a gain that was just 2. And so the Rams find themselves on 1st down and 10 inside the Leominster 20-yard line. They'll gain just a yard on the play to the Leominster 15. And so it'll be a 2nd down. They give them a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now at the Leominster 16-yard line.
Let's circle back around. Unfortunately, Galat made a great play right there, too.
That's the unfortunate part.
But some of the frustration, you can look at the score, you can look at the way that things have gone, but you got to know when to say when and be a smarter player than that.
Absolutely. Quinn the snap, pitch it back to Dos Santos, the right halfback. He'll turn left corner of the formation, and he'll be taken down after a 1st down across the 10-yard line at around the 8. Good news here, I've noticed the last couple of plays, Kyle Philbin is back out on the field defensively for Leominster. So he went out kind of hopping to the sideline multiple series ago, but Kyle Philbin is back out on the field for Leominster, set up in his defensive end spot.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. He's the heart and soul of that defense, and getting out there and setting an example.
Double wing set, motion man Quinn, the snap and the give this time. It's Cooper coming from the left halfback spot. He was snared and now wriggled away. Leominster defense, though, slowed him down enough, and now the gang was able to come in and take him out of the play. And so that second down and goal will now be back across the 5 to around the 8-yard line.
Caden Constance getting in on the action there. Defense playing a little safety and defensive corner there. Had a nice handful of shirt till the rest of the cavalry could show up and finish the tackle.
I'm going to amend what I said. After the loss on the play, the ball back to the 15-yard line. It will be second down and goal from the 15. Missed the extreme left to right look. Long end from our makeshift press box under center. Here's the snap. Quinn gives to Dos Santos. Turns the corner straight up into the A-gap. Defense converges there after a gain of 4. And so it'll be third and goal from the Leominster 11 as the Rams continue left to right. 4.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter and a 21-0 lead they look to add to.
Right now, the Rams are getting ready to run their 10th play of their 4th offensive drive. It started with 9 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the second quarter. So yet again, taking a lot of time off the clock. They started this drive from their own 12-yard line. So they had a lengthy field in front of them, and they are methodically working their way downfield and simultaneously taking clock away from the Leominster Blue Devils.
On third and goal, under center in the double wing. The snap, they fake the give, gave it to Dos Santos. Dos Santos turned left corner. He's into the end zone for the Ram touchdown, but a flag came out from the umpire at the end of the play. There was a player missing a face mask. Left tackle Matt Clark had lost his helmet on the play. Don't know if that has something to do with the flag that is out right now. The flag down around the 10-yard line.
Looks like some kind of personal.
And they're coming over and asking Shepard Hill. Yeah, looks like
on that helmet.
Defense is going to be called for it, so they're going to enforce it on the kickoff, I believe. Although Coach Ryan Dugan getting some options, calling for a package over to the sideline.
And that was Dos Santos on that carry, correct?
It was. Dos Santos for the Ram touchdown makes it 27-0. The 15-yard personal foul will be enforced on the kickoff, so Leominster is going to have very difficult field position coming up here as Doobie comes on to attempt the point after and make it 28 unanswered here in the first half. Good snap, ball down. Dos Santos drives it up into the teeth of the wind, but it's over the bar and good. Team's coming back up the field. 3:57 to play in the second quarter. It's 28-0 Rams. More to come. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV. Happy to have you along with us in what has been a cold, wet afternoon here at Carmignati Field. We thank Bradley Bedard, Keith DePerry joining us here on site to bring you that great coverage back to Leominster on Comcast, Verizon, Leominster.tv for one stream, Facebook Live for the other. Glad to have you along with us on this great day as you see them enforcing that 15-yard personal foul. Back to Carmignati Field here on the K-Zone as we watch them march off that 15-yard personal foul from the touchdown play. It's going to have Shepard Hill with the ball on the tee on Leominster's side of the 50-yard line. Doobie is going to kick from the Leominster 45 left to right into the face of the wind.
I did get here late, but I already have 95 yards in penalties for Leominster.
Easily. On the approach, Doobie keeps it low, sends a hard skipping ground ball like a rock off a pond down to Rodriguez at his own goal line. Rodriguez gets stood up right about the 15-yard line and driven back, and that's where Leominster will have the football.
Driven back is an understatement.
Yeah, indeed.
But just Shepard Hill just playing good all three phases of the game right now. Offense, defense, got the kicking game going, and it's reflective on the scoreboard right now. 28 points first half for Shepard Hill.
These hand warmers are amazing.
Our hardworking player spotlight coming up after this play.
They don't put the ball on the scoreboard very much.
No.
And I don't know where the ball is on.
Yeah, the ball is on the 18-yard line.
Sounds
and
good.
Here we go. The snap and the give this time. Wearing number 55 today, it's Bryant Cordero coming from that fullback spot, and he barrels his way into the defense across the 25 and down at the Leominster 29, and enough for a Blue Devil first down.
Yeah, he talked about the uniform change for Cordero with the coach, and what did he have to tell you? They're going to try to get him a little more involved?
He's going to play a little guard there. You know, it's going to be one of the options to replace an injured Frank Apoku is going to be some guard play from Cordero, who's wearing 55 instead of his normal 34. The official's huddling here, but I've got a new Billy, I hope he keeps 55. I got a new nickname for him. Not usually my kind of thing, but speed limit. Speed limit. I mean, to me, he just
runs at the speed limit.
He runs at the speed limit, man. He is just gonna plow his way into you.
I hope you don't think you're awesome.
I didn't say it was my best. It's not he of the golden toe from a few years ago.
I can
but
tell you
speed
that.
limit, I like it.
No, it's not good.
We'll work on it.
Critics, Anywho. Pistol formation on first down and give it to Cordero. Cordero with some room across the 30. Finds a little more room across the 35 down around the 40. And that is enough for another Leominster first down.
Did he break the speed limit on that one,
I
Todd?
heard you the first time. 3:20 to play here in the second quarter. It's 28-0. Shepard Hill's lead.
It's one thing to go the speed limit. It's another thing to bring him down. That's where people run into trouble trying to get Cordero to the ground. He's like a bowling ball going the speed limit.
Gain of 12 for him on that one.
Indeed.
So
They fake the give this time. Cora rolls out on 5 steps. Now launches down the right number, short of his target, but coming back on the play, it was Silva. No, make it downfield. It looked like Eamon Durkin was down there, and he got shoved off the play by 2. 2 flags out on the play. This will be pass interference.
Yeah, it looked like number 11 there. I'll tell you, that was a jump ball, but good job by Durkin to have inside position. And defender for Shepard Hill just tried to push his way through him. Got called for the penalty. We'll have to see how they enforce this. I think it's going to come back to the line of scrimmage.
yeah.
It's 15, I believe, from the previous spot, if I remember correctly.
So that'll be 15 from the line of scrimmage.
Yes. And so now it is a first down and 10 for Leominster. Ball now at the Ram 44-yard line, middle of the field. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 28-0 is the lead Leominster is trying to chip into. Pistol set. Give it to Cordero, and Cordero batters his way into the defense, cross the 45, and down after a gain of about 1 on the play. It'll be second down and 9.
And literally took 4 of the defenders to bring Cordero down. And, for such a small, compact guy, he gets a pretty good first and second step going into that hole. I got to give him a lot of credit.
Not only that, I like the adjustment on behalf of the Leominster coaching staff so far in this one. They've not been able to make it to that outside edge. They've gotten nothing on the outside edge, so might as well give it to the spark plug and send him right up the middle.
On second down and 9, back to pass, Cora, downfield to the right, jump ball, tipped away, incomplete. Nice defensive play.
That was nice defensive coverage.
There. It was great defensive coverage. James Labarge got up and made the tip on the jump ball. It'll be a third down and 9 to go. Our hardworking player spotlight. It's brought to you by High Country Workwear in Leominster, the store that works for you. From medical wear to chef's coats, rain gear, and more, you want a personalized touch. High Country Workwear offers custom embroidery. High Country Workwear, 155 Hamilton Street in Leominster, online at highcountryworkwear.com. We'll have our hardworking player spotlight coming up after this third down and 9.
Bill Thomas.
Give indeed is for Cordero, and Cordero up the middle of the defense again, across the Shepard Hill 35, go 30, and taken down at the Shepard Hill 29-yard line. A first down run for a Brian Cordero on the gain of 17. Sorry, Bill Thomas.
Right.
I'm looking at 55. It's not
I know
34. We'll get it right. Here he is again on first down. He slipped a little bit as he got the handoff.
I know.
Loss of 1 on the play, but Bill Thomas, hardworking player spotlight brought to you by High Country Workwear.
Well, I got to tell you, the Shepard Hill offense has been pretty impressive. I'm not looking at stats, but I'm torn between Dos Santos and Cooper. I know Dos Santos got a couple of touchdowns.
3.
I'm going to go with Dos Santos.
Yeah.
I think it's a good choice. Gabe Dos Santos of Shepard Hill, our hardworking player spotlight for this first half, brought to you by High Country Workwear in Leominster. Xavier Batalis takes up that left guard spot once again, and Leominster brings in the snowplow, that full house backfield, and now there's flags out on the play. Coach Ryan Dugan, they were screaming at him to get back across the numbers, and now the flag comes out. It's a sideline warning against the Rams as he was too far off the sideline.
Okay.
So no penalty there.
Get some attention from his players there with a new formation.
Indeed. So here comes Leominster with that snowplow. Full house right in front of Caden Constant at the quarterback spot. Constant takes the snap deep and takes it right up the middle behind that plow. Across the 30 to the 25.
Pretty interesting short yard situation there. And right in the middle of all that, Xavier Batalis. And you can't miss a Xavier. 6'3", 350. He's got linemen written all over him.
Is it not the Spanish batallas?
Batallas?
They've called them Batalis. Here's the give to Constant. Takes it off the right side, cross the 25, down short of the 20.
It's interesting.
I think you are correct from a heritage standpoint. If that, this is no Ellis Island, but I do believe we're going with the more anglo-sized version of the name. As Leominster will take a timeout with 35 seconds to play in the second quarter, down 28-0 to set up a final play here. They're going to go for it here on fourth down, but the question is, will they try to just get the first down, or do they think about grabbing 3 points? Is 3 points more valuable down 28 right now for morale than a continued play and maybe nothing going to halftime?
Well, 3 I think is kind of a stretch. What are we looking at, 33, 38? Yeah, I know we saw a 39-yard field goal last week. I don't know if I would put Rodriguez quite in that category yet, Todd.
With a little wind behind him, but yeah, I think you're right, Bill Thomas.
I think we got to go for this fourth down here and keep that snowplow in the game. All of a sudden we just saw a complete change in the Leominster offensive philosophy right there. It was fourth down. It was a short yardage situation. They came in with that snowplow. All of a sudden we haven't seen Constant on the field all day on offense. He's been on 3-4 plays in a row, and he's become the ball carrier of choice now with this new offensive set. So quite a difference in change philosophy. Now we see the offense coming back out in their traditional set, going back to the one-back set with Cora back at quarterback.
And Leominster will look toward the sideline. Twin receivers short to the right. Arlie Galat back in the game wide and one-on-one coverage to the left. Pistol set. Cordero the back behind Cora in the gun. Snap. 3-step set. Cora, lots of time. Now forced out. Got to throw underneath. Finds a safety valve, and J.V. Rodriguez complete at the 16-yard line. Ooh. And that is really close.
No. He dropped it.
First down.
It's only going to be
a gain of
4.
That's a yard short.
Yeah, they're going to say it's short, not enough.
Came back for it. Came back.
The official mark was the 17.5-yard line.
Yep. Needed to gain the 16.
And did not get it there, so the ball will be a turnover on downs. Ball back to the Rams. 24 seconds to play here in the second quarter. It will be at least 28 unanswered points for the Rams in the first half. It was a great drive for Leominster. And I give, Bill Thomas was right on the money with what he said during the timeout, which is Leominster changing again. I give them credit over and over and over again all year long with injuries and the changes in personnel. They're doing everything they can to just keep modifying things to deal with whoever's out on the field or to come up with something new philosophically.
Yeah, and whether it's bringing in a fresh running back, show a different offensive set, the direct snap to Caden, just try to change it up, and we'll have to see what kind of changes Leominster continue to make here at halftime.
Cooper's first down run is smothered. And that's the way things will end. The final 24 ticks off the clock. It is halftime from Carmagnati Field. 28-0, the lead for Shepard Hill over Leominster, 28 unanswered. First half points. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone brought to you by Hometown Bank. They don't answer to Wall Street. They answer to you. Fraticelli Oil Company, the place to save heating dollars. Daewoo North Superstore, the car you deserve, price to fit your budget. ROI Office Furniture and Systems, quality, value, and service without exception. Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. Clear Path for Veterans New England by Northeast Insurance, supporting the journey home. And Leominster Monument Company, where memories are forever. Halftime here on the K-Zone. 28-0. Leominster trails Shepard Hill. Shepard Hill has those 28 unanswered first half points. We take a break. More to come. We'll be back here both on the K-Zone and Leominster TV with our halftime update next. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Back to Carmignani Field here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. And here's a great surprise. The officials blew right through the 3-minute warm-up.
I was going to say, that was a quick 3-minute
Ball is on the
warm-up.
tee, 40-yard line at our right. We'll get to the halftime scoreboard and everything else. Why? Because we just pick and choose which Federation rules we're going to enforce. That halftime, gone. Just gone. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We'll get it straight. Come see us in 2020. We'll have it all figured out. Rodriguez on the approach, swings the right leg, Leominster's first kickoff of the day. End over end, it will be returned as we start the second half of action. Dos Santos on the return from his own 17-yard line, across the 20, falls across the 30-yard line to about the 31, and that's the Rams will start first and 10, their own 31.
Billy, we're going to have to hire like a 10-year-old to run out there with a red hat and a sign that says, like, wait.
We're not ready.
Follow the
well,
rules.
who's that TV guy that runs out there,
the red hat.
stands out there?
It's
Yeah,
the timeout
the
coordinator
10-yard,
is the
at the
official
10-yard
title.
line.
Yes, we need a timeout coordinator.
We need a timeout coordinator. I'll take the job.
No,
Put me on a wireless headset. I'll be down there. You know I'd roam the sideline.
Bill Thomas
Get
becoming our own
arrested.
Tony Saragusa.
Yeah, I'd
here
be
on
out
the
there.
K-Zone.
Yeah.
Be getting arrested.
First and 10 from his own 31 at left hash come the Rams. And here comes Ethan Quinn with the snap and the pitch to Dos Santos. Kyle Philbin has him in the grasp and spins him down at the 26-yard line. It'll go for a loss of 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Well, we know what Kyle Philbin brings to the table, injured or not. He's, once again, first guy through the hole there, and nice form tackle.
So many things we're juggling here in this makeshift press facility. Let's see if I can hold it. There we go. All right.
We have zero complaints, right? We're a glass half
Full
full kind
kind
of
of crowd right now. About
Not even close.
40 seconds into this second half.
Not even close.
Leominster trailing 28-0. Rams with the football. Here's the snap. Cooper got the give. Cooper takes it straight forward on second down and 13 across the 30 to the Ram 33-yard line. It'll be third down and about 8 to go. Halftime scoreboard. It's brought to you by our friends at Fraticelli Oil.
Can't be that many
Service
games.
available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Same-day delivery online at FraticelliOilCo.com. Fraticelli Oil, the place to save heating dollars. Halftime scoreboard. There are no scores to report out there right now. Doherty and Grafton, the only other game in progress other than Assabet Valley at Worcester Tech. We'll have final scores for you coming up hopefully in the postgame as well. A reverse give this time.
Oh,
Found
right
its
there.
way into the end zone.
They all go.
And there's a flag down on the play, and I love
Flags.
the curiosity as to why. Why am I being flagged? Well, he had a handful of the guy's face.
And once
Danny
again, the
Cabrera.
crowd reaction, much like the one in the first half,
You know,
was
ooh,
priceless.
like you
It's
can
like,
see
oh.
The grab and the twist.
It's looking right at us.
There are 2 flags, though, on the play. Holding against the Ram is 1. Against the Rams are 1. Face mask against Leominster the
They
other.
offset.
They all offset and wash out. Bring up third down and 8 once again. So other games that are going on out there, they'll be going into the second window, if you will. Marlborough at Tantascwa, 6:30. Algonquin at Fitchburg. Westboro at North Middlesex. Nipmuc at St. Bernard's. Maynard at Lunenburg. Oakmont at Clinton. Gardner at Southbridge. And on the list goes. Lots of games going to go on tonight at a normal hour. 7:30 will be 7 o'clock. Will be the kickoff.
I'm going to be home and in bed by
I was
then.
going to say, the way this is going. Halftime scoreboard, as always, brought to you by our friends at Fraticelli Oil. FraticelliOilCo.com. Fraticelli Oil is your place to save heating dollars. Peak performance of the first half, driven by North End Subaru, a proud member of the Colonial Automotive Group, located Route 13, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. Online at northendsubaru.com. That's coming up in a moment. Dos Santos with the carry on third down and 8 with some room up the right sideline. Crosses the 40-yard line, spun out of bounds around the 46. It's a first down for the Rams on the back of Dos Santos, who is our peak performer of the first
Absolutely.
half. Gain of 12 on that play here in the second half. He had 3 touchdowns in the first half. Gabe Dos Santos is our peak performance
Kind of
of
mediocre
the first
performance.
half.
Yeah, it's
13
just, you know.
carries, 117 yards
3
already.
touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. He's averaging 9 yards a carry.
Doing
Not
okay.
bad.
How about
That's
our
it.
mid-game adjustments?
bad.
They're brought to you by Whitman and Bingham Associates, civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental planning at its finest. Offices in Leominster and Chelmsford. More online at whitmanbingham.com. Experiences in the name, Whitman and Bingham Associates. We'll get to those mid-game adjustments after this first down play for the Rams from their own 46-yard line. The toss was to the right back. That right back was Dos Santos.
No, I think that was
How could you
36,
tell?
Todd.
Yeah,
36 there.
36 in there. Yeah, Dos Santos wasn't even in the game.
So it was Tyler Broussard then in that right back spot.
He's back in there now.
Just went with the position, Kate. Right half.
Yeah, he was
like,
over on the right
how
half.
could
He
you
took the
even
extra
tell?
pitch. Had a couple of carries in the first half. He did.
Clairvoyance isn't an amazing thing. Gain 4.
Well, I just saw the pile. When they say,
Broussard
3 yards in a cloud of dust, all you see are a glob of jerseys.
Broussard had 6 on first down, so making it 2nd and 4 from midfield. And the give went straight up the middle this time. It was Karamanakis, the carry.
I mean, you talk about, like I say, 20 running backs on the roster. They've used at least 5 or 6 of them. Majority of them are seniors, and they're all getting carries, and they're all being productive.
Proving that my favorite movie, or one of many favorite movies that I have, is My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yes.
I am so excited,
to
have George Karamanakis, and I'm waiting for the wide receiver Andreas Paposidis to get a pass in his direction as well.
Rolls.
I love those Greek names. Here's the give this time for Broussard. Broussard comes right to left, turns left corner of the formation.
That might draw a flag.
40. Yeah, there was a high flying press there off the top rope from Caden Constant at the end of the play.
After gain of 8.
On that play. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Second down.
Caden wanted to get it on the action there right at the end of the play.
As the ball is now across the Leominster 40 and down around the Leominster 36-yard line. Constance pink, of course, for October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We got a little pink thrown in with our royal blue in spurts as well all over the field today. I've got some.
I was going to say, I do.
And there is a pink
towel on the
field as well. And there's some room. Cooper on the carry, according to the public address, as he got swallowed up quickly, crossing the 30 to the 29. It's enough for a Ram first down, but there is a flag out on the play.
False start on the Rams, the Ram and Hams.
No, it's a hold, Kate. It's going to be 10 because
they're
marking it back.
Not the signal that they made.
I know, but they just marked it back 10 yards from where the play ended.
Just saying.
And so they marked it back indeed. Ball back across the 40 to the 42-yard line of Leominster. 7 minutes remain here in the third quarter.
But I know what I just saw, and that was the signal they made.
It's hard to figure these officials out sometimes. And the pink towel continues to occupy itself on the field.
It's in the neutral zone
right in the middle of the field.
Indeed it is. 3-back set, double wings. Here's the snap. Dos Santos is that right wing. He got the flip, and right up the A-gap he went. Crossed the 40, cut down shy of the 35, and around the 37-yard line. Gains a handful on the play. 3rd down and about 2 to go. 6.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter, and 28-0. Shepard Hill continues to maintain that lead. Second half kickoff was brought to you by our friends at Fidelity Bank of Leominster. The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart.
Oh, play.
And here comes the Rams on 3rd down and 2. Quinn under center. Quick handoff. Looked like Cooper to the bottom of the pile around the 30-yard line. And it is enough for a Ram first down as they keep moving the chains and moving the clock as they have chewed up over half of this third quarter on this first offensive drive. We have an owner of the pink towel. It was Micah Stinson. Micah Stinson's pink towel.
Did they make an announcement?
No, he picked it up and put it in his back pocket.
10th play of the drive coming up here for the Rams. Started with 11 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. It started on their own 31-yard line. So shades of last week with Wachusett. Very difficult for Leominster to do much. They don't touch the ball.
Indeed. Double wing set this time. Here's the snap and the flip this time. That's Labarge as he turns left corner. Labarge is stacked up around the 25-yard line, but it does go for a gain of about 4. Call it 2nd down and 6 as we wind down toward 5:10 to play here in the third quarter and a 28-0 Shepard Hill lead.
Second half adjustments, Todd, what do you think? We started to talk about them, but we got distracted. What'd you come up with?
Lots of things. Well, Bill
I got one.
Analysis.
Figure out how to tackle Dos Santos.
Associates.
Figure out how to tackle Dos Santos to begin with. Tell your defense just play within themselves. Shepard Hill's going to continue to drive the ball down the throats here, down the middle, find a way to stop them, but Dos Santos is the key.
Labarge gets the toss from Quinn once again into the second level of the defense, right around the 20-yard line and in the neighborhood of a first down.
They gave it to him. They're just going to go.
Yep, they did say a Ram first down and 10 at the 20-yard line of Leominster. Going left to right. Right into the face are the Rams of this wind-driven rain and mist that continues to come down once again here at Carmagnati Field. That it backed off a little bit allowed the band to go out and have a halftime
Phenomenal
performance.
halftime
Absolutely, it was a great halftime performance.
So I give all the credit to the fans here that showed up this mid-afternoon game. Weather conditions
Far
less than
more than
ideal. I did too. I thought we'd have the grandstands to ourselves for the most part, and great testament to the fans, the parents, and friends and family and students here at Shepard
We might
Hill.
have it to ourselves
And
shortly,
the Blue Devils
We'll
fans
call
also.
it a hearty crowd
Yeah, it is
on
hearty.
hand.
Okay.
Yeah, on this first down and 10, the give went straight into the middle of the pile and was swarmed almost immediately.
I recall a game at Lunenburg where the majority of the fans told us they were going to the parking lot to listen to us in their car.
Number 5 had that.
5 on the carry, says Kate. Anthony Sacco gets the carry, the senior.
Give him a gain of 2 on the play.
Right now, Bill Thomas, if I'm Leominster, your only mid-game adjustment brought to you by Whitman Bingham Associates you need is to get the football
Get the
back.
ball.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. You're almost 10 minutes into this third quarter. You haven't touched the ball offensively. That doesn't help.
And once again, you just got to, kind of grind it out here on defense and hope for that stop and that big play.
The snap and the give this time, it's Cooper. Cooper with some room in the middle of the defense again. Cross the 10-yard line and taken down around the 7. And it looks like that will be a Ram. Yes, it is a Ram first down and goal to go at the Leominster 7-yard line as we wind under 3 minutes to play in this third quarter. That is literally just obliterated. It's just disappearing. It's just like sands through an hourglass, just
These are the
disappearing.
days of our lives.
Absolutely.
And the fact that the Rams don't throw the ball, it's keeping the clock running. They're not running
Middle of
the
the
edges.
field.
Everything's in the
Yeah.
middle of the field, and they're taking good care of the ball. And lack of penalties here
4
as we've
first
got
downs
into
already in this.
got into the third quarter here. And you're right, Todd. And Kate, they're just chewing up first down, chewing up yardage.
And they're using every minute they can on that 40-second play clock. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. And now the give. The give this time went inside for Dos Santos. Steps across the 5 to about the 3-yard line as we wind down toward 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
And it seems like this entire drive, Shepard Hill's converting on third down. And
You're right, Billy, actually.
that
The
just,
last 3 first downs were converted on third down.
It just prolongs the drive and just adds to the agony of the Blue Devil defense. It's frustration. You get them to third down, whether it's third and short, third and medium, and they get one extra yard, and that's what Shepard Hill's been
Only
doing.
one of their first downs on this drive, Bill Thomas, came on second down. Every other one has been on third down.
And I
This
think
is where
the
that
yard
new
to gain,
40-second play clock.
the yard to
keeps-
gain was just one beyond the first down marker, so it's more frustrating.
90 seconds to play in the third quarter. The give from Quinn went to Cooper. The pile tiptoes toward the goal line, and Cooper is in for another Ram touchdown.
It's going to be a 4-yard
And the
touchdown.
clock is still running.
Can't be tackled right there. Just refuse to go down.
They ran off a good extra 5, 6, maybe 7 seconds off the board, down under a minute and 25 seconds to a minute 17 seconds to play here in the third quarter. It's 34 unanswered Rams points right now. Doobie to kick. Quinn to hold. Snap ball down into the wind and rain. Look at that thing bend, but it's up and through as the teams come back up the field. 35 unanswered points for the Rams. It's Shepard Hill 35 and Leominster nothing. 1:17 to play here in the third quarter. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone.
It's an 11-minute drive.
Bonus coverage for our viewers, and you just heard it from Kate. An 11-minute drive for the Rams to open the second half.
That's a tough one to take if you're the Blue
Absolutely.
Devils defense, being out in the
Backbreaking.
field for that long and the third down conversions, third down after third down, just frustration after frustration right there. And then watch Shepard Hill punching in the way they did. And now there's a lot of these kids are going to come back out and play offense.
And we welcome you back to a rain-soaked and soggy Carmagnati Field in Dudley alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. I am Todd Robbins for WPKZ. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line at our left. Doobie sends a low liner into the teeth of that wind and rain again. It's picked up on the ground ball by Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a full head of steam, crossing the 20, go 30, 35, and across the 40, and he's caught from behind and taken down out near the Leominster 45-yard line. What a return by J.V. Rodriguez. He's had a few sparks today.
Yeah, he has, and he's shown those bursts of quickness and into those holes on the return. He's going to break one, I'm convinced, but he loves to take chances.
Leominster is going to touch the ball for the first time offensively in the second half with 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Down 35-0. Cora in a pistol. The give is for Bryant Cordero. And Cordero runs away from the middle of the defense. Down the field he goes across midfield. 20, 10, and he's caught from behind across the 5-yard line down around the 4. A huge run for Bryant Cordero, who at halftime changed from the number 55 back to his traditional number 34. And with 34 seconds to play in the third quarter, he rips off a 52-yard run to put Leominster at first and goal at the Ram 8-yard line.
Quite the spark there. We saw Cordero bring some of that there as the first half was winding down.
With the wind and rain at their back, here's the snap. Give it to Cordero again. Cordero into the A-gap, saw a wall, stepped across the 5 and got taken down at the 4-yard line.
Look, he got twisted up there, too. Somebody grabbed his helmet, but no call. But once again, Cordero not afraid to lower shoulder pads and just charge right into the center of that line and use his blockers or run right up on him. Good job.
Last 8 seconds of the third quarter here. Leominster knocking on the door. They'll get one more play. The snap, give it to Cordero, takes it out to the left, lowers the boom, spins off the hit, fumbled at the goal line,
down.
And they blow him down. The whistle blows. They blow the play down at the 1-yard line. With possession, he is down at the 1-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter. 35-0. Shepard Hill over Leominster. Team exchange ends in the all-important fourth and final quarter. When we come back, this is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV, and you see the results of the end of that play. Cordero is slow to get up. Training staff out to see him as he gave it everything he has to try to get into this one. Bill Thomas,
that's an understatement, Todd.
It's just, what can you do? I mean, they're giving it everything they have, quite literally everything they have, and they're just going out, the walking wounded, one after another.
Yeah, it looks like, fortunately, Cordero's up on his feet. Looked like he just got the wind knocked out. But you talk about extra effort right there, trying to stretch for the goal line, taking an extra hit while he's vulnerable. But he's jogging off the field now. Great to see.
As they see the teams walk down to the far end of the field, Leominster will be at the 1-yard line with their best scoring opportunity of the day to start this fourth and final quarter.
And we'll have to see the most productive play here, Cordero, showing signs of injury.
Hope you're getting around and getting along okay on your drive home into this long holiday weekend. It's a little high school football for you here on the K-Zone as we begin the fourth quarter of action, and the clock started before there was even a snap. The give is for Cordero. Cordero takes it off the left side on first and goal for the Blue Devils and into the end zone for a Leominster touchdown.
What a tough kid. We saw him on his hands and knees during the entire break between quarters, down here after that last carry, drag himself to the sideline, take about 30 seconds to catch his breath, punches in the end zone on the first play of this fourth
And the
quarter.
clock is still running here, 35-6. I'm assuming this is Federation mercy rule application?
Is that
a running clock fourth quarter? I mean, again, this is something we're not familiar with.
I think it's holiday mercy rule
I was going to say,
application.
this looks like a Columbus Day mercy rule being applied, but Leominster nonetheless going to go for 2. And this is, of course, all right, I'm going to hold that back. Here we go. Shotgun set. Reynolds in the backfield. Low snap. Give to Rodriguez, the motion man. He turns left corner, and they say he stops short. 2-point conversion, no good. Team's coming back up the field, 10:55, and still counting to play in the fourth quarter. 35-6, Shepard Hill with the lead. A break, and we're back with more. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone.
This was just going to let the clock run, huh?
Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV. While I understand this may be the Federation rule, they're waiting for a football still here.
I'm confused.
And most people look like they're confused, and it looks like at this point in time, there's going to be no kickoff. They're placing the ball down at the 25-yard line. So apparently with this play-ahead rule, this mercy rule, whatever you want to call it,
Really?
they just stopped.
And they haven't stopped the clock since the touchdown. Burned off a minute and a half here, hanging around. Well, interesting.
Welcoming you back to Carmignani Field here on the K-Zone. As you've been gone all of 30 seconds, about a minute and a half has come off the clock here at Carmignani Field with running time. There will be no kickoff, as we were just telling our friends over on Leominster TV. The ball has been placed down at the 25-yard line of the Rams, and Shepard Hill takes the football 1st and 10 from their own 25, coming right to left. The flip give there, it was 36 on the carry. Tyler Broussard. Broussard takes it into the middle of the defense. Looks like a gain of about 8. It'll be 2nd down and about 2 to go.
I'm curiously confused here on, this running clock. I guess we're just going to play 9 more minutes of timed football here, and had a flag on the play. Looks like a personal foul here, something at the end of the play. Didn't see what it was. Costing Blue Devils 15 yards. Weather conditions continue to deteriorate here as the game continues.
Indeed it does. The enforcement at the end of that play moves the Rams out to their own 46-yard line. Check of the time and temperature. It's brought to you by Chapdelaine Truck Center, selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine is the best selection of pre-owned and commercial trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chaptruck.com. 51 degrees. Feels like 45 with the wind gusts, according to our friends at the Weather Center. I'm going to say more like 40 and maybe falling as we go under 8.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. And a play hasn't been run, and there's more enforcement.
I don't get what's going on here. They've moved the ball. I haven't seen flags fly.
From what I can tell from the Federation rule book, the running game clock is a state-by-state procedure.
And what were the 2 last penalties? We've just saw close to 30 yards and 25 yards and penalties marched off against the Blue Devils. And didn't really get a good call on what was going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they just added 30 yards, and now they're stopping the clock as the Rams take a timeout with 7:50 to play.
So we've had a score.
The clock is still running during a timeout.
We've had a score.
The officials are getting together. The clock is still running. A team took a timeout on the field, and they're not stopping the clock.
I'm a little confused. I think we should just call the game. That's why we're going to end the game. Let's just send everybody home.
I was going to say, yeah. There's really no point in running the clock at this point. I know running time is enforced during live ball play and, again, between plays. But when a team takes a timeout, that clock usually has stopped in previous years.
We're going to have to ask some questions.
We're going to ask a lot of questions as we continue on with our coverage here on the K-Zone. We do nothing less than apologize for the confusion. We know we are just vocalizing what you're feeling at home when you're watching or listening.
Right now,
it's hard to explain.
Right now with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, this game started about 5 minutes early. We're only an hour and a half into this. It's going to be done in 7 minutes. And
well, they did say they wanted us out of here by 5:30 because that's when the mosquitoes wake up. So.
And that is what they're saying. And it is just a few minutes to 5 o'clock. And Shepard Hill in no particular rush, coming out of a timeout where they ran a minute and a half off the clock. Now the back judge says there's 10 seconds on the play clock. They huddle up. They'll come out and snap a football. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Quinn the snap. The flip give this time looked like 48 on the play. Mike Raymond. And Raymond will carry the ball for 4, 2nd and 6. Shepard Hill says they're going to take another timeout.
So they take a timeout and they can stand there and watch the clock
90 more seconds off the clock.
Then they get 40 seconds to run a play.
I don't blame them. I really don't.
They could just take
advantage of whatever rule you can. But
they have one more timeout remaining.
And that's what they were checking. They confirmed they have one more timeout. They're waiting on when they're going to take it. The back judge is coming over to Ryan Dugan to wait for when he wants to activate the timeout, but they're just going to keep the clock running anyway.
Well, this must be frustrating on the Blue Devils sideline, too.
Coach Devin Gates is standing directly across from where I am at the 35-yard line, hands in his pockets, headset off, head cocked like a confused puppy. Because
so now they call a timeout after the 40-second clock.
Yeah, it's just,
now we call the timeout.
But basically the idea is that per what I'm assuming is Federation rules, that if you're up by a certain amount and you get to the fourth quarter and you have all of your timeouts and there are some penalties, there's not going to be – we have a one play run.
So you burn your 40-second clock. At 39, you call a timeout. You go back, you get another 40-second clock.
On the other side of this.
Or you run one play. You get another 40-second clock.
You'll get
call
25
another
seconds
timeout.
It's an administrative restart.
So you burn 2.5 minutes.
Roughly.
You ran a play. We've burned 6 minutes since the Blue Devil time.
And with one
since
play.
the Blue Devil touchdown with one play.
One play in the fourth quarter.
Well,
About
actually,
11
two
minutes.
plays. The Cordero play to the end zone and one offensive play by Shepard Hill.
I'm going to vocalize what the long-standing veterans of local football would say. What has this game devolved into? What are we doing right now?
Why?
We're going to talk about player safety. We're putting players out there in a game that they're clearly showing to be completely meaningless.
Exactly. I mean, I think we should just put them on the bus.
I mean, there's no reason to.
To be honest with you, I hate to see the game end this way.
I know, because the game, aside from the score, which has been lopsided, it's been Shepard Hill control from the start, has been fairly well contested out on the field. It's just disappointing. Here's the snap. Quinn with the give. Straight up the middle of the field it goes. Justin Brady on the carry, getting his first touch of the day. And, of course, that's the other thing it takes away from. It takes away from players who would get time in a 35-6 game, who would get a chance to develop, would get a chance for their first varsity plays or minutes or a chance to grow and develop. When you're Leominster and you've got players playing out of position consistently, the game just being stripped away, just literally running regardless of what happens out on the field. I would have no problem with the running clock. That has been a movement in high school athletics to act as a mercy rule past a certain point. But to watch them take 3.5 to 4 minutes off the clock standing around for a timeout,
because what I don't like is the players standing around, too. We talk about player safety, warming up and stuff, and now you just got the players standing around out there on top of it.
Quinn with the pitch to Broussard. Broussard with the carry. Excuse me, Labarge with the carry.
Yep.
And it's a flag out on the play. Flag is down right around the 26-yard line.
I'll march something off here. This might be the last play of the game by the time you get this all
figured out. It may be. Personal foul against the Rams, so they'll enforce 15 yards as we wind down toward 3 minutes to play in this one. How about our power player of the second half? It's brought to you by Daewoo North Superstore. Show how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Lunenburg. At Daewoo North, fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied buyers. Online at DaewooSuperstore.com. Daewoo North Superstore. Find the perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. I mean, given what we've seen here in the second half, I've got to say the player of the second half has been Bryant Cordero. He ran the only plays of any kind of meaning.
I mean, this is just curiously bizarre. Now it looks like we're going to run 40 seconds and then call another timeout.
They're going to take the penalty, perhaps? Coach Ryan Dugan is standing with the official?
No, they're going to run a play and then timeout and another 40 seconds. It's probably the last play of the game.
There's the snap. Quinn with the give. Straight up the middle of the field. Play still moving. Pack falling. Players rolling off of each other.
Nobody in too much of a hurry to do much of anything.
And now with 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, Coach Ryan Dugan is standing out past the numbers. He's talking to the officials. They're discussing a handshake line. This is like choreography. It's choreography in place of a football game with 1:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. 35-6 is Shepard Hill's lead, and it's just spoiling the end of high school football game. As if the 3:30 start time wasn't insulting enough to the sport. And now they're saying with 90 seconds left, the game is over. The officials have waved it off. Why did this fourth quarter even happen?
Bizarre.
Somebody has got to tell me, review the video, and tell me why this happened.
That's crazy.
I don't blame anybody that's down on the field wearing either team's jersey. That was entirely done systematically and administratively by rulebook.
Yeah, that was.
What was that?
That was choreographed and orchestrated right there.
Bizarre.
I blame Shepard Hill and the officials for allowing that game to end that way.
That is just absolutely
Coach Gates
bizarre.
over there just kind of standing there. I don't know how involved he was in any decision making. I didn't see the officials talking to him much. He did have a wing official over there next to him the entire time, but. You're right. Just a curious way to end
How do you
high school
explain that to
game.
high school athletes?
Yeah.
How do you explain that you work
effort.
hard all week, you're trying to persevere through injuries, you're risking your body out there, and the fourth quarter of this football game may as well have never started.
And you give up a half a day academically in order to play.
Yeah, to start at 3:30.
To play a 48-minute game.
So what was the point of what just went on?
Curious. All right, Todd, you can have the stage for the rest of this, Todd.
Appreciate it, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, said enough.
Play of the day, we're going to give it to
Cordero.
Our friends, Cordero. I was going to say Brian Cordero.
Give it to Cordero for the toughness.
Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, a family-run business selling most major tire brands since 1964, offering their truly unique free summer to winter tire storage. Online at fitchburgtire.com. Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, where the price we quote is the price you pay. All I can say is we will continue to give it our all. Why? For our listeners, for the high school athletes that are out there and performing here, and for our sponsors, who we appreciate their support week in and week out. We can't tell you how much we appreciate what you're doing to allow us to bring these games to the community. And then just puzzling. We'll move on. Game is over. The final score, 35-6. Shepard Hill over Leominster.
I wouldn't know that because I already shut the scoreboard off.
The scoreboard is
They're
off.
in a hurry.
Everybody's running for
Everybody's
the
in a hurry to get out of here.
We're going to
Oh,
continue.
my God.
We've got post-game coverage to bring you, as well as the starts of other games out there. We'll get you the whole landscape of high school football, what's left of it, coming up after this one. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. For Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins, saying so long for now. Live Coach's Corner comes not Monday because of the Columbus Day holiday, but a week from Monday, on Monday, October the 21st. Coverage coming up next weekend. Leominster and Shrewsbury for a homecoming game next Saturday. Check Facebook, Twitter, and more for more information on that. So long. If you're joining us on Leominster TV, it's your time to turn on your radios, AM 1280, 105.3 FM, WPKZstream.com for your post-game coverage. Coming up next here on the K-Zone. More to come. Post-game next. This is Leominster Football on the K-Zone.